back to another Pokemon review. Well, another Pokemon team review, that is specifically. And now we're moving on to the second Pokemon game I ever played. I mean, we started with the first generation, then we went up to Soul Silver, and now we're at Black 2. The Pokemon game I bought because I was just itching for more Pokemon after Soul Silver and couldn't wait for Pokemon X and Y. And that nice little sophomore year in 2012. Man, that takes me back, dude. 8 years ago. Man, it's hard to believe that much time has passed. But anyway, it's time to get into it. My first Pokemon Black 2 team is probably my favorite Pokemon team. Like, period. And I really mean period. So my starter was Snivy, which becomes a superior, and I named it Kikyu, which is the love interest to Gavril in the Tears of Artemon series. Blanking out there for a second. Don't know why. Anyway, yeah, so it turned out to be female, which I didn't know was rare at the time, but apparently that is rare for your starter to end up female. I guess there's not a good chance of that, even when you're breeding. It's like a 75 to 25% ratio. Maybe worse, 80 to 20. I don't really know. And quickly after that, before the second gym, you go to a farm, and in that farm, you can get a 5% chance encounter for a level 7 Riolu or a 7% chance encounter for a level 5 Riolu. I found a level 7 Riolu, and I named him. Oh, what was his name? Eon, which oddly enough I think was my Soul Silver playthrough guy's name. And you also find a Mareep, which I once again named Corinne after Sasuke's move. Eon actually is named after a book I read, Eon and Eona. Eon was a girl who disguised herself as a boy to get into this academy to be trained under the teacher of the rat, and she tried super hard, and she finally got there. That's the story of that. But then shortly after that, I think actually in the city of the second gym, I found my next teammate, which was Arcanine, which I named Balto. And then I saw it was female, so I named it Baltine. Aptly so, once I found the name changer in Castelia City. And speaking of Castelia City, there's where you find your next Pokemon, in the sewers when you go down and you find that little grassy patch, and you can catch Eevees there, and I got an Espeon through that. And I named it Annabeth after Percy Jackson series. And lastly, but not least, I think it was right before the fourth gym, you get In's Zorua? Or is it just straight up Zoroark at that point? I think you get a Zorua, and then it shortly evolves into Zoroark after that. And that was my team. Honestly, my favorite team. This was my second team. So you got a pure grass, you got a pure electric, you got a pure fire, you got pure psychic, you got pure dark, and you got a fighting steel type. So again, pretty basic, but type covered pretty well. A fun fact, I was undefeated with this team in 2D. Not so much in 3D, but in 2D, yes. And that Arcanine also survived an earthquake. Granted, it wasn't a stab move, it was from Infernape that it survived. I think it actually survived 2 earthquakes, if I'm correct. And my friends were freaking out and didn't know what was wrong with my Arcanine. And I fully leveled them up to level 100 without missing them. I know, right? It was in Black Tower. I got them to like level 80 or so. And then once the Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina event was going on at GameStop, I went and I got those, and they're shiny. And so I would take them into the Black Tower and use them as a grinding method to get everybody up to level 100 just easier and without much tribulation. And then I got the shiny Gabite, but shiny Garchomp don't look that much different than regular Garchomp. So when my ex asked me, he's like, "Can I have that?" I was like, "Okay." I mean, I looked at the shiny Garchomp and regular Garchomp, and I was like, "There's no difference, so you can have it." And I think she gave me a bunch of shinies in return, like a shiny Ninetales, a shiny Politoed, not the shiny Kingdra. That was even before that. Oh, what was it? Let me go to my shiny thing. Let me see if any of them are what she gave me. Oh yeah, shiny Latias or Latios. I think that was it. No, Darmanitan. And later on, she gave me a shiny Haxorus because I fought so hard to get it after trying to complete the Pokedex. Anyway, back to Black 2. On my second playthrough, which actually was the beginning of my Pokemon Marathon last year. Not starting it from scratch and picking back up. I picked back up right before the Elite Four. Right after the 8th gym, before the Elite Four. Had my whole team complete. I just needed to beat the Elite Four. That way I could transfer all my Pokemon to Pokemon Home, I think. No, I could get my Pokemon Soul Silver. The rest of it was in Soul Silver to Black 2 in order to take it to Bank to take it to Home. Giant mess. Anyway, that one I chose as Samurott. And this is another generation where I just don't stand one of the starters. And that's Tepig. I don't like Tepig. I don't like Emboar. I like Samurott a lot, and I like Superior the most of the three. So I got Samurott, and I named him Percy, after Percy Jackson. And once again, I got a Lucario, and I got an Arcanine. I told myself I wasn't going to do it, and then I did it anyway, and I named it Arion. Lucario named Arion, after the horse from Greek mythology. I was also reading I think the Son of Neptune at the time, which is Arion's in that book. It was either that or what was it? The Mark of Athena. It was one of those two. And then I named Arcanine Apollo after the Greek god. And then at the same time, I decided to get a different Pokemon this time. And these next three are unique. No doubles. Arcanine and Lucario are the only doubles in this team. And that was Weezing. And I named him Thanatos after the... He's not the god of death. I think he's the Titan of death or something like that. He's like the gatekeeper to the underworld, I'm pretty sure. And then in Black 2, you run into Mandibuzz, and then White 2 you run into Braviary. Well, obviously I have Black 2, so that means that Mandibuzz was my fixed encounter, not Braviary, and you get it at level 25, I think. And so I named him Hades, after, the god of death. And last but not least, that Pokemon I tried so hard to get shiny, Haxorus. I got myself an Axew, and I named him Dr. K. Why? Because I was drinking Dr. K at the time. Because that's what my parents bought. They bought Kroger off-brand soda. The Big K brand. And Dr. Pepper's offshoot was Dr. K. And I need to buy that again. I buy Pepsi for myself now that I'm living on my own in this household. I buy Pepsi for myself and Sierra Mist for my girlfriend. Because that's what she wants. But anyway, so this team's Pure Water, Pure Fire. Oh, what the hell are you? Hexorus is Pure Dragon. You got the Dark Flying. And Thanatos is just Pure Poison. So again, I only had one... No, I had two dual typing. The Fighting Steel and Dark Flying. Overall, I actually do really enjoy this team, but the nostalgia factor for my first team really puts it above. So I'm going to have to put my first team, which was Superior, Ampharos, Lucario, Zoroark, Espeon, and Arcanine. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10 just because I don't want to give any of my teams 10 out of 10. I don't think they deserve it. I don't think I deserve it. I love them, but I don't think I'm that good. I just do it for fun. And then my second team, I'm going to give an 8.5 out of 10 because I actually do really like that team, even if that playthrough of Black 2 really bogged down at the end. I played it in three like separate portions. I think I played through like the first half of the game, and then I put it down for like a couple months, and then I picked it back up, and then I put it down for almost an entire year, if not a little over a year, and then picked it back up once I got into a big Pokemon craze to cover my depression. Yeah. So there's that. Overall, I mean, memorable moments. I don't think it really is one. Aside from what I already explained, going through Black Tower, getting the shiny Gabite and trading it away for better shinies. Um, just getting that team to level 100 was a special achievement for me in my own right, just because I didn't think I was going to do it. And then I started Black 2, or started Black Tower, and I honestly didn't really think I was going to do it. Like, I saw Black Tower and I was like, I'll give it a shot. I'll do a couple floors. Sure, and then I got hooked. So I did it, and I did it again in my second playthrough because I really wanted that shiny Garchomp back. Just because it's shiny, and I'm dumb. So I put myself through that torture again. And, as you get through the later stages of Black Tower, I think their Pokemon get up to the level 80s. Like Red from Soul Silver territory here. And it was getting, struggling keeping my team grinding evenly with the tower, because you really only use a handful of Pokemon here and there. But Black Tower is so cool because you just go through, fight a bunch of trainers. You can only heal once on each floor, I think it's on one on each floor. And some floors have different levels, and I think each level on a floor has one healer. And all you have to do is, you don't even have to fight all the trainers. You just gotta find the gatekeeper, and he tells you where to go, and opens the door. I guess some people tell you where the gate is, and then one guy unlocks it for you. But you for sure have to find the one guy. You can find the door and not have the guy and be like, God dang, the door's not open yet. I still gotta go find him. But I'll remember where you're at. Sometimes you'll find the guy, and you'll be like, oh, well, now I gotta find the door. Happens both ways. So I used legendaries in both cases, and for different reasons. I actually legit grinded my team up a fair amount on its own, and I think I completed Black Tower before going back in with the Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, the shiny level 100s that are gifted to you from an event, and used that to grind my team up to level 100 and the rest of the way. And I grinded a completely different team, just made up out of nowhere. I found a bunch of Pokemon I liked in my box, and I was like, this looks like it could be a good team. And I did the exact same thing. Took them into Black Tower with Giratina, Giratina, Palkia, or Dialga, and leveled it up to 100. Actually, speaking of Lugia, I did that to my Soul Silver team too. Took them into Black Tower with Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, and grinded them up to level 100. I did that so many times. No wonder I spent 200 hours in that first playthrough alone. At least I think it was 200 hours. It could have been 100 something. Oh, it was a lot though. I don't think it was more than my Pokemon Y first playthrough, but it was still quite up there. I'm pretty sure it made the 200 with all that grinding I just mentioned. And that's even in the post game. Dang, a lot of there's no memorable moments where I had a close call, like the Typhlosion and Kingdra moment from my Soul Silver playthrough, or just the Lance battle in the Soul Silver playthrough. I struggled a lot Soul Silver with that first team. Second team, not so much. That game just kind of went by smoothly. I fought Red a couple times, could never beat him. Maybe one day. Maybe in that Pokemon compilation, if that is true. Maybe I'll do it there. Anyway, Black 2, as I have said, is without a doubt one of my favorite games of all time. And so therefore, the first team I had in this holds a special place in my heart. It always will. The second team, I think, is fairly good in its own right. Just not as nostalgic to me, I guess you could say. But that is it. I hope you have a great day. Remember, you can be the best you can possibly be. If you like the video, like, comment, feel like super special, awesome. Subscribe if you haven't. That'd really me out. And ta-ta for now.